this year, in 2019, Sun Media will be celebrating its 20th anniversary. And on this occasion, I would just like to highlight how we had a very, very positive experience in dealing with Sun Media as the Egyptian Embassy, bearing in mind that we have been dealing with Sun Media for many, many years now. And in 2018, we cooperated in issuing this outstanding magazine about Egypt and the bilateral relations between Egypt and Singapore. Sun Media did a great job, as well as the Egyptian Embassy and the ambassador, of course. So I would really like to commend their efforts and to commend their professionalism in not only dealing with the Egyptian Embassy, but dealing with other embassies here in Singapore and issuing other similar magazines, which I follow thoroughly. And they do contribute in promoting the bilateral relations between Singapore and other countries that are represented here in Singapore. And this magazine has been widely distributed and has been widely been appreciated by not only the business community in Singapore and the religious community, Islamic religious community in Singapore, but also we distribute it to Singaporeans who come to apply for visas, etc. So we have had a very, very positive feedback. So I would like to commend once again Sun Media and wish them the best of success in the coming 20 years.
Congratulate the Sun Media on completing 20 years. Sun Media has been an important part of the diplomatic community here in Singapore and an important bridge between the embassies and the wider community here in this city. Very delighted to learn that Sun Media is hosting the World Opportunities Forum on 22nd May 2019 to commemorate its 20th anniversary and bringing together a large number of embassies and other stakeholders here in Singapore to talk about the exciting opportunities that exist around the world. Singapore is an ideal place to hold this event. As we all know, Singapore is perhaps one of the most globally integrated countries in the world. It is one of the most open countries and it has a trade to GDP ratio of 300%. It's an important financial, transport, logistics and now a technology hub, and therefore we look forward to having a great discussion not just on the opportunities around the world, but in what way we, working together here in Singapore, can leverage Singapore's strength to advance economic relations in this region. India and Singapore, of course, have a very strong strategic partnership across every field of human endeavor, particularly in the economic domain. Our relationship has been growing very rapidly. There is a strong momentum, both in terms of investment flows from Singapore into India and from India into Singapore, which is a springboard for India to the broader East. We look forward to even stronger partnership in the future and to this forum taking place on the 22nd May to see how, working with Singapore, we can further expand India's economic footprint in the region.
Well, thank you very much for welcoming me to Singapore. Indeed, it is something that I look forward to in trying to enhance the relations between both countries, which is very close neighbors and a very important partners in the country.
And what do we look forward to during your tenure?
Oh, we look forward to all the good things that both countries can offer in the coming years.
And what is one factor that unites Singapore and Malaysia?
The people. A very short answer, the people that actually unites the relations between both countries.
And this is going to be an ongoing happy situation?
Definitely it is.
Thank you very much.
Sun Media is a long-time partner of the Russian Embassy in Singapore. We have been collaborating with Sun Media on different projects, and we value the contribution of the Sun Media in our information work, I mean in the embassy, to disseminate information about Russia, about Russian culture, about Russian economy, about Russian armed forces too. So I hope that this mutually beneficial collaboration will last for many years to come.
The Rwandan High Commission in Singapore has been working with Sun Media for the last 5 years. And Sun Media has been helping us in public diplomacy, in trade, investment, tourism, even as Friends of Rwanda, and in our diaspora. We do think that the forum, the international forum, scheduled on the 22nd and 23rd of May, will be a total success. And we will make it a total success. Thank you.
The South African High Commission in Singapore is proud to have a relationship with Sun Media. This relationship has actually led to exposure of a kaleidoscope of opportunities in terms of investment and tourism available in South Africa. And thus, the business world in Singapore and people of Singapore know more about South Africa as a result of this relationship. We would want to sustain and improve this relationship because it assists us in terms of solidifying our relationship with Singapore. And lastly, as a mission, we want to take this opportunity to wish the Sun Media 20 years of their birthday, and we are sure that when the time comes to celebrate it on the 22nd of May, we will be part of those celebrations.
Congratulate Sun Media for the 20th anniversary, and I've been reading the magazines that you have produced, and I know that you are really professionals and you understand very well. For example, you are doing each embassies, you know the sensitivities, and you know what to write and what not to write. And we feel that every writing that you have done will benefit the readers. And you will not do anything unless there is something good will come out of it. And congratulations.
Working with Sun Media is always a blast. Interesting projects, interesting people, interesting angles. A lot of ideas coming forth, innovative, looking at how value can be added. And also keen to create the value for the customer and not necessarily letting themselves look good. And if they do, it is by accident and not intended, because they're keen on making the customer feel good and look good about themselves.